Hey, I've been getting questions around some of these AI clone videos that I made of myself. So I thought I would jump in and show you exactly what I've been playing around with and experimenting with my AI clone. By the way, I'm Leanna Ling, and what I do is I show you how I take AI and automation and actually put them into practice in my business. And I'll show you too how you can be productive and actually get results from them. So let's dive in. This video is what I posted to my profile, and this is actually a sample with the exact same text that they tell me to use as the example to generate from HeyGen. And I got some people questioning it. I had some people DMing me for more information about how you can use it. And as I dove further into HeyGen, there's some little tricky things there. And I also did a couple of different variations so you can see what the differences are. So let me dive right in. So first of all, this is actually using an avatar that I created of myself. HeyGen, and by the way, you can use this. I believe you could probably do this with other models, but I've had a HeyGen subscription for, I think, since they first came out, and I just found it very easy to use. So let me walk you through this, and then I think once you kind of get the hang of HeyGen, then you can start using maybe other types of programs to help you do this. But they have something called avatars. So with avatars, you can create, let me switch an avatar. This is the original avatar that I created. And when you create an avatar inside of HeyGen, you actually upload video of you. So I uploaded video of me just here with my camera. I'm not using a webcam. I'm using like a high definition camera. And so you want to get it as high quality as possible. And then I talked for about 2 minutes. And things to think of is you want to make sure that you're staring at the camera when you're doing this, and that you don't have, it doesn't work if there's like a group of people, if you've got pets, like it has to be the singular person so that they see you. I also made sure that I moved around, like had a little bit of animation in my hand so that it could get an idea of what my movements were like, but you don't want to put your hands above your head. And yeah, and so I created it that way with the favorite hair that I liked at the moment. And that is still my favorite hair. So I created that over here in HeyGen. Now, because it started from a video and it started from movement, there's a lot of things that we can do with this avatar. And what you're seeing here, let me just scroll all the way down to the bottom here. So here's one I created. And this was just me sitting actually on a stool in front of here. And I wanted to make sure that I got as clean of a shot as possible of me. I didn't care what the background is because that we're going to change the background out. So who cares about that? I just wanted to make sure that I didn't have like the top of my chair hanging out in the back there, because sometimes it gets a bit weird trying to like get rid of, stuff behind your head. So you want to make sure you don't have stuff like that, or you don't have like a plant that's like hanging out over here. It just makes it harder for it to replace the background. Okay. And then I spoke very clearly into it. You don't want to talk too fast. You don't want to talk too slow. So it created this here. I also created another one a while ago. You can see same thing. And this one was obviously, you can see more wide. I've created other ones. I've also created some on my phone, which I want to redo, but I wanted to have an avatar that really felt like I was just outside talking on my phone. It's not sunny today. I'm going to wait for the next sunny day and I'm going to go outside and film on my phone again. And then I'll have like another look as well that I can put in here. But you can see this one was just like widescreen, different hair. Did the same thing though. Talked, moved my hands around. If you're not happy with your avatar, it's probably because you had poor quality video to start with. It could be maybe you weren't clear, maybe you weren't looking straight at the camera, maybe it was the quality of the video. And also sometimes some people just don't translate well with AI. It actually took quite a while before I think that the LLMs kind of evolved into something that would not make me look, they kind of made me look a little bit closer to me. I remember when ChatGPT first came out and it generated images, and I would upload my image and it looked nothing, like literally nothing like me. Like it nothing like me at all. And over time it actually has gotten better. And I think it's just whatever, like the features on my face. So some people are just like that and you just have to deal with it. That's the way it is. But you can always create, like a virtual character. Now after that, you can actually create looks, which I started to do, which I thought was kind of fun. So I went here and created my, actually, I'm going to delete this look. That doesn't even look like me. So if it really doesn't look like me, then I'm not going to, whoops, let me do that here. If it doesn't look like me, then I'm just not going to keep it. Okay, so here, it doesn't look like me, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'm not going to change the base look right now. So I created a bunch here, and I'll show you how you can create different looks, okay? Which is actually kind of fun to do inside of HeyGen, so that you don't have to, and you don't have to do this yourself. Take a look here. I've gotten me in front of cameras. I'm trying like a little side view here. So what you do is you just click add a look, and you can design it with AI yourself, or you can upload a look. Let's just go to design with AI. And I think I can have on like 500 looks for the avatar here. So what they have here, which is nice, is they already have pre-built ones here. So you can just pick whatever you want, and it'll swap you in these. What I found is that it will swap, like it'll swap my likeness, and often it will keep the clothes unless I tell it. I think then I'd have to have it maybe do it differently and say like, hey, I want to be, I think I'd say, hey, like I want to be wearing like a hoodie or whatever. Cause like, for example, I thought this one was good, but then it put me in the white hoodie and I didn't love that. But yeah, there's a whole bunch here that you can choose from. And I picked a few of these, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, you know, depending on what's happening. Yeah, so I just like that I could go through, and I was just looking for the poses. I was looking for the background, and then it just started to create all these different looks that I could use. Okay, so you can do that for your avatar, and then you have all these different looks. Okay. This one, by the way, it was just a photo. This is, I took like as good of a quality of a photo as I could, and I uploaded it here as well as part of the look for this avatar. So why do I tell you this going through this here? Well, there's another type of avatar you can create. You can see here, I've got like this one here is just from a photo. So there are limitations that I found with this. I can't create a video like this with this photo avatar. I think it's because it's just a photo. It doesn't have any video reference points. That's just my guess for it. I tried to do it with a couple of them because I wanted to do it with like a animated character. So I think if you want to do those types, then I'll do that. I can show that in another live, how you do that with other models, but it just doesn't seem to work right now in here. Like it won't animate that. So certain avatars, it just won't allow you to create it. It'll just be grayed out if that type of avatar doesn't work for here. But you can absolutely do that, and it's not bad, right? It does lip sync. It does a little bit of movement. It doesn't do the full body movement. It'll kind of like stand there in the middle of the screen a little bit, or wherever you have it there, and then it'll lip sync, and it might move a little bit, but not the way that it's happening over here. Okay. All right, so now that we've covered avatars, so you've got your avatars here, and you can have, depending on the plan you're on, you can have a bunch of different avatars. So I have some here. I'm not using all of them, but I just showing you, like I have a variety here. These are, except for this one, these are all photo avatars, because that's just what I use it for the most, especially for ads and stuff like that. All right, so next is you want to create a video. So they have, I found this very, very confusing. So first of all, what is confusing is in HeyGen, they have plans that say unlimited. I don't know if I can find it over here, but HeyGen plans. Okay, pricing plans for creators. So this is what I found to be confusing. Okay, so there's a free version. You get 3 videos a month. Like you actually can get quite a bit, I thought, for free here. So if you want to try it out, and you get trial access to premium features. Then when you go up to creator, which is what I have, which is $29 a month, you can create videos up to 30 minutes. You get a custom digital twin, which is what I created of myself. Unlimited photo avatars. So those are the kind where I showed you, you can just create one. I just go to Gemini usually and just say, give it the character that I want, and just upload it in here. And 1080p video export, which is great, and fast video processing. Now, if you go through it, you'll see that it prompts you to try creating videos with Avatar 4 and Avatar 5, which is the latest. And these models are the ones that do really well with the photos. But what they don't tell you here is that you have to pay for extra credits for these. The unlimited version is only to, I think it's Avatar 3, which is not bad. And I'll show you the difference. But you do have to be careful here because it does it. And I found this to be very confusing, that there are stuff where it will use up credits. Like even creating looks, I believe, uses up some credits. And then so you'll be wondering, oh, like I'm paying $29 a month. Why can't I create more videos? And they're forcing you to buy more credits. So it's not clear at all. They also have a way that you can buy credit top-ups. You don't have to increase to the next monthly plan. But again, that's also hidden. You have to go into their chat and ask for it, and then they'll give you a link to it. So don't love that. But let's take a look at what you can do in here. So they do have templates. I never use these though. They do have templates here that you can use to create, presentations to make it a lot faster for you. So you can just start with whatever you like here. So it's nice. And breaking news one here. This one's like more corporate training. So there's stuff here with different backgrounds you could use. I never use them. Let's go to Quick Create. So Quick Create is where you want to like take that avatar that you created here and you can paste in your script. So let's just put in here, I'm a Hey Jen photo avatar. All right, now let's open it up in AI Studio. Notice here it says Avatar 4. This means that I would have to use some credits. If you go here, see how it says Avatar 5, which is the newest, it's great, by the way. Avatar 4, and then Avatar 3, it says applies lip sync unlimited usage. So if I'm just playing around with stuff as well, and I just want to storyboard it out, or I want to see how well it's going to work, choose unlimited. Okay. And so let's just go over here, open an AI Studio to see what else you can do. So this is where you just type whatever you want it to say, and you can, let's see here, you can choose a different type of voice if you want. You can connect this up to 11 labs. So here's the voice. Let's hear the voice. That's not bad. Okay. And then you can change the background. So if I want, I can just like remove the background. I won't bother doing that. You can make it a circle if you want, or just the original. I'm just going to leave it original that way. So let's just, and because you know what, it is, this is the unlimited version. It's actually going to be pretty quick. You can add other stuff here. You can see here, you can also access templates and layers and add in like other screen recordings and stuff like that and get all fancy. I'm just going to generate over here. So let's just go avatar sample. Okay, then you'll see that's actually goes pretty fast. Okay. You can also do the same thing with the more fancier avatar. So if you go here, let's go Quick Create. So I can just go over here. Let's change the avatar to this one over here, which was the video, the custom twin, basically. I can pick any one of these here. So let's just choose, okay, I don't know. Let's just choose, okay, here, I'm looking happy in the office. Okay. And then you can type your script in here. And then in here, I can choose, again, which model I want. Just remember, you use credits when you do these two. If you want to test stuff out, just do unlimited usage here so you can try it out. One quick tip, which I shared recently in a video too, is when I'm doing my own avatar, instead of typing it in here and then trying to match the voice that I have coming in from 11 Labs, one of the things I like to do is I like to speak into here the script. So I'll just click record over here, and you can either record directly or you can upload audio. So if I have the script that I know what I want to say, I'll just like upload a whole bunch of them. I'll just keep uploading them. Okay. And then I find that it actually has a much more natural look and feel to it with that, because I think it's because it picks up the natural cadence that I have right over there. So that's why I find that's a little bit of a trick, which is it's kind of a hybrid, right? So I'm using an AI avatar, but I'm also speaking. It's actually my own voice. So it's not as weird. Okay. Actually, let's take a look and see. Oh, see, it's still going 83%. That's not bad. So that's one way of doing it. And this is sort of like the traditional way that we've been creating avatars all along over here. Now, the one that you saw do is called Avatar Shot. So this one over here where it's actually 10 seconds. It was created all at once with these 3 scenes here. So this is over here in what's called avatar shots. And this is more like using an AI agent to create your avatars. And this is something that it actually prompted me. It says, hey, do you want to try this out? I said, sure, why not? And the reason I said sure is because I wanted to see what type of prompt it would give it. And you can see here it says, Leanna's wearing a tan suit in an open tech office walking forward. So it sets the scene and then it also sets the camera motion, right? Tracking shot. So I guess that means that like the camera's following me. And then it says script. This is the power of seed dance. 6 to 10 seconds. She snaps. The scene transitions to her on the streets of Paris wearing a white blouse and black pants, walking forward. Tracking shot. Script. On HeyGen, character consistency, 11 to 15 seconds. She snaps again. The scene transitions to a park. She is now wearing a gray suit and is walking forward. The tracking shot. Script. With every generation, she smiles and the video ends. And that's exactly how the video came out. And it just kept changing my background. It kept changing my outfit and all that, which is great. This was really helpful because now I take this as an example and I can go into any LLM and I'd say, hey, I want you to storyboard this out for me. Here's an example of how the instructions need to look for each 10-second scene. Okay. And then you can just follow that along. And you can do, so down here is where I can just describe what I want and I can choose the avatar that I want. And I only have one that I can choose from that will be applicable for these avatar shots. I can say 1080. Enhance means it says here, I'll automatically improve your prompt to get better results. Why not put that in there? You can also add in other things that you want to add into here. Like maybe you want me to be carrying like some type of, I don't know, coffee mug or purse or whatever. I think you can put that in there as well. And so that's how you can create this type of shot. This was done all at once, as you can see here, using the seed dance model. So that was helpful. That's helpful to have when you're creating scenes, okay? Instead of doing it the other way that a lot of us are doing it, where we have to create the front and the end scene and then you animate the two together. So that's also helpful. But again, it's a little bit, I just find it hard to find out where everything is, right? So you can do that if you just want to kind of go more agentic mode and just be more like the director and tell it what to do. Over here, they have like a video agent. And as far as I can tell, is very similar to what you just saw over there, except it just looks like it's a different interface. Maybe I'm wrong, but anyway, so here you can choose the voice if you want. You can choose the style if you want. So they have different types of styles. Here's all the different type here. Okay. You can choose what avatar you want. So again, we can go back to the same one and just maybe choose a different avatar. And I describe what I want the video to be in here. Again, very similar to what I just showed you there. And then here's where you can choose the model. And again, it says enable video agent to use Seed Dance 2 to make cinematic scenes with your avatars. More credits may apply. Okay. And then so here it gives you ideas, prompt idea. See, here's an example. I find sometimes it's helpful in these programs, especially when you're new, to do this. So it gives you an idea of like the language, like the prompts that it likes to use. And then you have a couple other options down here, right? Portrait, landscape, and then how long you want it. Okay, so you can create that as well. So what happens when you create a bunch of these? Let's take a look at some examples. I'm going to share. Let me just stop sharing my screen here. I'm going to share a couple of examples where I've already rendered them and you don't have to wait. So let me share the video file. Okay, this one that's coming up, this is with the unlimited. Okay, meaning this is like the cheapest
The
version.
reason your writing sounds like ChatGPT is because
so this is from the look that I created,
flattens your voice.
that I showed you.
It's a translation layer between your brain and the page.
It's okay.
And it strips out
you
everything
can see here
that makes
that
you
it is,
sound like you. So here's what I do instead. I'll grab cue cards or sticky.
I think I can. Okay, so you can see that it's actually not doing a bad job. I think that and again, in the past, we thought this was amazing, right? So it's actually, let me see if I can move some stuff around here. All right, so what you can see here is you know, it's moving. Some of the things, if you listen to what it's saying, by the way, it just doesn't seem to match up the hands and the mouth as much to what I'm saying. But this was created from me talking into it. So it has my natural inflections. It's not from 11 Labs and me trying to get 11 Labs to work. And so this is like the worst it's going to be, right? And it kind of looks like me, but anyway, let's choose another one. So let me show you another one that I did here. And let's pull it up. Let's see here. Where is it? Okay, this is, here's another one that I created. So let's take a look at it.
Every marketer I talk to is wrong about AI. Here's what's actually true. Myth number 1, AI replaces strategy. No, it executes it. It's still garbage in, garbage out. Myth number 2, you need to be technical to use it. I run a whole agency on AI automations and I have zero engineering background. Myth 3, AI will figure out what works for your ads. It actually won't. You still need to know your numbers, your audience, and especially your offer. AI just does the heavy lifting faster. If you want to see exactly how I use AI in a real agency, give me a
All right, so this was, I believe this was Avatar 4. Now, quick tip when you're using Avatar 4 is you, sometimes it gives you an option, like you have to scroll all the way down, of how to move the hand. So I usually say she moves her arms and hands to naturally emphasize what she's saying. And then that way it kind of gets it. It's better, right, than the first one. And this was also created from, this was a look that was created from a photo. So I find it kind of interesting that it kind of over exaggerates a little bit with me, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do this, right? Like I'm about to breathe. Okay. So it's a bit funny that way, but this was, yeah, this was in the coffee shop. Not bad, actually. Not bad. Okay. Let me show you one that was done with the latest version. Let me pull that one up. This is with Avatar 5. Now this took, it felt like this one
CEOs are paying $500 a month for AI tools and still writing like robots. Here's what they're missing. Typing actually flattens your voice out. It's a translation layer between your brain and the page, and it strips out everything that makes you sound like you. So here's what I do instead. I'll grab cue cards or sticky notes or even my journal. Write one idea per card, written out by hand. Putting pen to paper makes me think before I talk. Then I walk around and talk each card into whisper flow on my phone. It captures how I actually think and speak. After that, Claude cleans it up. Sales pages, blog posts, social media posts, even my instructions to AI all got sharper. Same brain, just a different pipeline. The analog step is the one that you'll want to skip, but do yourself a favor and don't. That's the part that's doing the action.
Right. So this is, okay, again, that's a really odd expression, right? But anyway, this is created with Avatar 5. So that is the most recent model that it has. It felt like it took forever. It was actually at the, I think it stayed at like 99% finished for a really long time. And then I just said, forget it. I'm going to check it the next day or a couple hours later and see if it was actually done. So number one, this took the longest. It took the most credits as well, obviously, because it's the most expensive one. Let me see if I can see how many credits it took. That's another thing. It's hard to find in here where all the history is. I just wish they would make this like just more user friendly. Like we just want to know, like, what are you, what's the history? Like, what are we doing here? Usage and history. Let's see here. Let me see here. So that one took 20 credits. Okay. The one that I showed you there with me, the first one, that took 0 credits because it was part of the unlimited one. The coffee shop one took 15 credits. Okay. So, and I'll tell you how much that walking one took. Let me see if it even tells me. I'm not even sure if it's in here. They might have given me that one for free just to try it out because I don't see it inside of here. Yeah, I don't see it inside of in my history here. But, you know, so that tells you, so the most it's done for me. So that was a 59-second video, and it took 20 credits to create this. Um, it it does, I think that it created more natural looking movements to match what I was saying. It's still over exaggerated some of the look, but it was much better. Now, all these were on the same level in that I wanted to make sure they were all using the same audio that I did. So again, I just spoke into the microphone and used my natural voice to do that. And you might find that that's a great hybrid to do when you're doing AI clones of yourself. Again, I know some of you want it to be completely hands off, and that's fine. You can do that. I'm experimenting. I do think like I feel like I like to do real stuff because I think it has more of a soul. But you know what? The great thing about AI is there's so much stuff out there that you can experiment with. So you may want to try the hybrid here, where at least it's your voice, your thoughts coming through. Okay. Now, other things I'll do is I will also use, I'll use this for ads. So I'll use the AI avatars. Like I won't use myself, but I'll create an avatar to turn it into an ad. And then there's some tricks of the trade to use there as well. You could do it like a cinematic type ad, or you can do it with like an AI avatar as well. So if you want to learn more about that, we can cover that in tomorrow's free virtual summit. Let me show you what that is about here. So let me share my screen. Okay, so tomorrow we're having a Meta Ad Summit for free. It is from 12 to 4 p.m. And I went ahead and I asked Kurt Malley, David Schloss, Jacob Bow, and myself, yes, I asked myself, to share with you because honestly, like I was just tired of seeing misinformation out there. And also I thought it's about time for us to help you with your ads. We haven't done one of these in a while. And I wanted to ask people who not just were like, these people are not just experts. Okay? Everybody here has managed millions and millions for clients. Everybody here is a beast when it comes to ads. What I love about this group and why I asked them specifically to share is because these are all people who put into practice what they teach. And they are talking from things that are happening right now, not like I made this 20 years ago, or I did this 10 or 5 years ago, or even last year, and I'm sharing with you now why it's working. No, we're talking about stuff that's happening right now. And you may have noticed a lot of us saw that the performance tanked after March. So this is also a little bit selfish for me. I want to hear what they want to say as well. So Kurt, he discovered that he's going to show what he discovered. He discovered bot fraud, and he has only shared this whole presentation with his inner circle. He's going to share it all with us tomorrow, all of it. He says, I took this from a mess DM that he sent me, that he has mathematical proof that he found bot fraud. So he's going to share that and what he's been doing with this new knowledge in order to get his meta ads to work. David Schloss is also a beast. Whether it's e-commerce or info products or like literally any webinars, whatever. Like he knows how to do all this. He's a beast at this. His team is amazing, and not just Facebook but other platforms as well. And he's basically going to talk about what happens after March Madness. Like again, we saw a lot of stuff that tanked. What is actually going to happen? What is he doing to actually make things work again? And so he has very, very, very deep knowledge. And again, he is also a practitioner, and he speaks from what is actually working now, which I think is so important, especially for paid ads. When you're looking to find information, you want to find stuff from people who are actually doing things, not just what they read. Okay. I do read and I learn a lot of things, but I also put it into practice and I share with you what happens when I do that. Jacob Bow, you may not recognize the name as much as you recognize Kurt's or David's. Jacob actually used to work in Meta as an employee, and he's a very good networker. So he made friends with all the people that you need to know. He also worked in the paid media division as well. So he brings to the table a lot. He brings to the table like a very deep knowledge of how the Facebook algorithm works. He's the first person that I ever talked to that he really showed with me like how how to think through the creative, especially on Facebook and Instagram and all the different placements and how people actually interact with it. And what is Meta trying to do here? And what is Meta trying to do there? Another thing that he's known for as well is compliance. I don't want to go into it too much here because this is streaming live on Facebook, but he is my go-to person for all things compliance. Okay. And if you're getting banned, if your accounts are getting shut down, all that stuff, he's the person I go to, because it's not just about getting it back, but it's also how you get it back. And then how can you use Meta to advertise right at the edge? So we're really pushing the envelope about being proactive with our messaging. How do you advertise on the edge and still stay compliant? Like, there are ways to do that. And Jacob and his team are the ones that I go to for that. So he's going to share that. I also asked him to share about for us that are doing affiliate offers and we don't want to get banned as well. What's the best way to set up affiliate offers? What are some of the changes that Meta has made? What are we doing here? Like, how do we operate in this type of environment? And finally, I'm going to pull it all together at the end. One of the main goals that I want from this is I don't want this just to be a fire hose of information. Yes, you're going to get a lot of really awesome stuff, but I don't want you to walk away with just a fire hose of information. I'm going to share with you, first of all, like the framework that I use that has worked for me for years and years and years. It doesn't matter what's happening in Meta. This is how I rescue campaigns. This is how I turn things around. Okay. I'm going to share this with you. I've never shared with this publicly, like in this type of a form before, but I will share it all with you. I recently shared it in a very high-end closed door mastermind and it got rave reviews. So I'm excited to share that with you. I also want to lead you guys in a session where we actually create a plan and start to implement it. Because again, I don't want you to walk away from this session with just a lot of information. I want you to actually do something about it, because that's where the magic happens. And I'll show you how I'm using AI and automation as well to make it, again, so you can do it right then and there. With AI, like, we can do stuff like instantly, right? So why not get started on it right away? So this is all happening tomorrow from 12 to 4 p.m. Just sign up at the link here. It's at events.thevipcrew.com/ads. And I checked, like, this is the first time that all four of us have been on the stage together. Sometimes it's just been me and David, or me and Jacob, or me and Kurt. Like, it's amazing to me that I've gotten all four of these guys together. So I'm also really excited about that as well. Bring your questions. I would recommend that you be at your desktop or your laptop, so you can also have your ads manager up as well. You can look into it. You can check and see if what Kurt's telling you is, you can see that inside of your ads manager as well. And bring your questions. Like, one of the things that I believe is the importance of really showing up live. There's nothing compares to showing up live with humans like all of us here. I promise you, there's not going to be any fake, like, replaying of sessions and stuff like that. We will all be there live, and we all draw energy from people asking a ton of questions. So come, share your questions, share your challenges. We want to see you there. We do want to help you. A rising tide lifts all boats. So we really want to help you, but we can't help you if we don't know what's on your mind and what you're dealing with and what you're facing. And we're going to do it all on Zoom. So we don't have to worry about, oh, we said something and we're going to get banned on Facebook, right? Nope. It's all going to be on Zoom. So do show up live. I don't know if I'm going to do the replay or not. It is like a really long session, but I think it's absolutely worth it if you run any type of Meta ads at all. Tomorrow is the place to be, and it is totally free. So please show up. Please also help us out by sharing this with other people that you think need to go. It is at events.thevipcrew.com/ads, and it is happening. And I will see you there tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern time. I do recommend that you come early, come like 15 minutes early. Just to be there to save your spot. We have several hundred people registered. I may have to upgrade the Zoom license, but make sure you get there early. Again, bring your questions, bring your energy, bring your questions, and we'll try and help you solve your Meta ads problems tomorrow. So I'll see you later. Bye.